wanted to show you this picture of a peacock because I love peacocks, and they're actually really cool story that goes along with peacocks when you learn about peacocks. It's an old Greek mythology story. For those of you who like Greek mythology, I'll tell you the story because I love Greek mythology. All mythology is pretty much adopted from the mythology before that mythology. So it's a hand-me-down, all these stories. But Greek mythology has some really cool stories. Now, the story of really where a peacock feather comes from and the eyes on a peacock feather, it's because Hera, who was Zeus's wife in Greek mythology, she had a servant, and this servant had 100 eyes, and it was this crazy looking servant with these beautiful eyes. And Hermes, who was also one of the Greek Olympian gods, Hermes is the one that carries the caduceus because he was the master of both realms. He could live in the physical realm and the metaphysical realm. He would help guide the dead through the underworld. Now Hermes, he ended up killing Hera's 100-eyed servant, and she was pissed off, and they ended up going to a trial, like a trial by God on Mount Olympus. And there's an actual story where they were told by the gods to each tell their side of the story, and depending on whose story was correct or who the gods believed was correct, the gods would throw rocks at their feet. So if Hera's story was right, they would throw rocks at her feet. If Hermes was right, they would throw rocks at his feet. Hermes told the story, and the gods loved it so much because Hermes was one of the youngest gods, and he was kind of rambunctious and a bit of a wild child. And they thought his story was hilarious, so they all started throwing rocks at Hermes' feet. And that is when you see a cairn, they're called cairns, the piles of rocks, it was believed that Hermes is inside of those rock piles, and he's guiding people on their way, on their journey. That's where that belief comes from. But what Hera did, because she was so mad that he destroyed and killed her 100-eyed servant, she put the eyeballs on a peacock's feathers so that everyone would see how beautiful her servant's eyes were. And that is why peacocks are known to be cocky, you know, peacocking, because of the beautiful eyes. And it all comes back to Hera's servant, who was a beautiful 100-eyed servant. And it's a really cool story if you like Greek mythology. I love you all. And if you like stuff like this, if you like truth, if you like facts, if you like myth, if you like anything like this, go to my website, withthesun33.com. I just wrote a digital book, and it is up for sale right now, and it is called The Truth with the Sun, and it brings you all the way back to the beginning of time, where religions and belief systems and ideologies came from. And it takes you all the way from then to now. I put a lot of work into it. I hope people enjoy it. It's at my website, again, withthesun33.com. And of course, this is for entertainment purposes only.